Hey everybody, Active Self-Protection Extra. I'm John, as always, with my friend Lewis from Holosun. We're here at West Orlando Firearms Training for a cool event with HK, but I wanted to introduce you to the company a little bit. We talk about Holosun all the time. You guys know I carry a Holosun dot. They're not a sponsor of the channel or anything like that, but there's an interesting story here, and so I thought I'd introduce you to the company. LuckyGunner.com works hard to stock ammo to ship today and take care of their customers. They've stood by us all in this ammo crisis and earned my business time and time again. They ship immediately, often same day, so give them your next ammo order. So, Lewis, tell us about your experience with Holosun. You're like employee number 3.
Yeah, luckily I've been here the entire trip. I ran into Holosun by sheer luck. Actually, a good buddy of mine is basically one I got to owe it to. I have no background as far as no LE, no military background. I had no industry background at all. Weapons was a hobby. I knew some people in the industry, but that was really the extent of any involvement whatsoever. Holosun started in 2013, and sometime in 2014, a buddy of mine runs into the Holosun products on a back page of Primary Arms.
Okay.
Specifically, he runs into the 403C, the whole solar failsafe, and so he catches him. He says, "Hey man, have you seen this product? Have you ever heard of this company?" And I'm like, "No, I have no idea, but it's really cool technology, something nobody was doing or had the ability to."
Yeah. I mean, it's a very unique thing.
And so, he's like, "Hey man, can you find out more for me?" And 2-3 months go by. He's driving me up the wall, and I said, "Man, fine. Let me just go ahead and find out for you." And the short story is, I go to the website. I'm based in South Florida. Holosun is based in South Florida. So I was like, hey, I call up the company. The VP at that time answers the phone, and I tell him what's going on. He said, yeah, let's meet. So about a week later, I went with the intention of buying 2 optics for my buddy. We got into about an hour conversation, and the conversation ends up with, hey, I have a question for you. Are you interested in money? And I was like, well,
I mean,
if I say no, that'd probably be problematic. So I'm like, yeah.
It'd be kind of stupid, right?
So, he turns around, he just says, hey, look, man, we've been at this for a while. Nobody's really giving us, nobody really knows the product. They're not aware of it. We need to help get more exposure, and we think you might be able to help us out with it. So I was like, I was on board. So I went with the objective to buy 2 optics. I leave with about 2 cases of every optic they made at that time. And, the whole phrase of, selling it out of the back of the trunk of your car, I literally lived it. So I did my day job during the day. Usually 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was done. And I'd turn around, and wherever I was traveling, start hitting all the local shops, started going to the ranges, just introducing the product to people and showing people what the product was capable. And it's just been an organic growth from there. And here it is 8 years later.
Yeah, man. And listen, again, Holosun isn't a sponsor of Active Self-Protection. I buy their stuff. I've got a 507 green on my carry gun. I've got a 507 in red on my home defense shotgun. And the innovations, I think, are where people are really going, man, Holosun really leads the way on the innovation side.
Well, the nice thing with us is, the technology, we're able to develop it in-house. We have been doing other stuff for a long time, and when we established Holosun, as the Red Dot company, it was basically, hey, let's take that tech that we know how to do, let's bring it to this side of the house. So I think that, that's helped us in the recipe of not only have we been able to innovate as far as certain things because it's our bread and butter, but at the same time, because we do everything in-house, we've been also able to offer technology suites at a really good price point. I think that, obviously that recipe has been really good.
How can it not be good? When you offer an innovative, high-quality product at a really good price, I mean, that's a recipe to succeed, right? I mean, how do you fail at that? So, man, I love the fact that you can get the reticle in red, in green, and in some of the models in gold. And particularly, tell us about why the gold one's important.
So, obviously, 13 we start, 17 we introduce green, and then 19 we turn on and introduce gold. So ever since we've done that, we've got a lot of questions. Where are you guys going with this? Why are you guys doing what you're doing? So from a human eye perspective, red is one of the most difficult colors for the human eye to pick up. Green is the easiest color for the human eye to pick up. But when we looked at another option, when we look at gold, the root color of gold being yellow. Yellow has 2 positives to it. Number one, it's the brightest color to the human eye. but it is also colorblind neutral. And when we looked in the 17 census, per US, about 27% of all shooters were somehow colorblind.
Wow.
So you might be red colorblind, you might be green, you might be both, but it doesn't matter. Everyone sees yellow for yellow. So for me, again, most satisfying part about the gold system is ever since SHOT Show 2019, at least 3-4 times a day at the show or any other show we'll do. Well, you know, I'll be talking to, you know, for example, you and I will be having a conversation. I'll hear somebody in the background, oh man, I can see this. And I'll turn around and be like, yeah, man, I'm colorblind. I'm like, the gold, and for me, it's just a satisfying.
Yeah, that's a really satisfying thing, man. And obviously, I mean, I've been in the industry since probably 2011 is when I really kind of came in, started doing firearms instruction. And in the last 3-4 years, I mean, I really think 17, you released the green reticle, and that was like, okay, let's talk about that. And that, to me, really put Holosun on the map of, let's start looking at this optic is really interesting. And then that got me looking at the multi style reticle, and I love the circle only. I'm a circle only guy. Everybody's different. But you know, I think that innovation is going to go a long way, especially because they're a reasonable price. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So, and when you can release that at a good price, I think that's a recipe for success. So, one question that I had, I've heard this a couple places, is that, well, you know, John, why are you carrying a Holosun? Because if you are carrying a Holosun, that's a Chinese company, so you're supporting the Chinese government.
Holosun is a US-based company, always has been and always will be. Do we manufacture overseas at one of our facilities? Yes. So does Apple with the iPhone. Offense, but
I mean,
it's basically
no offense intended. I don't, you know, again, Apple is a US-based company, and
sorry, I'm a Samsung guy,
and everybody manufactures, and China's a manufacturing hub for the entire world, right? So, but a US-based company.
Yes, it has a US-based company, always has been since day one, and always will be.
So there you go. Well, I just wanted you to kind of hear the background of the company. I think that the cool part, I am not red or green colorblind, so I hadn't thought of that. If you are colorblind, the multiple colors of reticle make a big difference. I think that can be a game changer for people. That's pretty cool. I like the different reticle styles. I like the fact that you guys are continually innovating. And so, man, it was really good to meet you, bro.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity.